Hello.
Hello. Hi, Cindy.
Hi.
We're here with Cindy. Cindy,
Hi.
wait, so it's Cindy Schamber. See, I was going to mess that up again. Oh, yeah, and again, Kylie puts it right on the sheet for me these days, and I still mess it up. We're here with Cindy Schamber today, Nick. She's with Community Horizons. She's the owner, CEO, president.
Founder.
All the things. Founder.
Yeah.
Yes. We're going to talk to her in just a couple of minutes, but first we'll have our little lady do our intro.
In the know in the 920.
Isn't that a fun little jingle, Cindy?
That is amazing.
You were just talking to us before we started about possibly doing a podcast at some point, and let me tell you, if you do, I feel like picking that jingle is very critical to the process.
That was a huge
It's
step.
vital.
You're gonna have it for a long time, hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, if you continue on. I mean, we're on season 2, well in deep here. What did Kylie put? Season 2, episode 39.
Wow.
We've really
Wow.
committed to this. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Pretty much celebrities.
yeah, right, exactly.
No.
Yes, no. But we've been working at it. We have a what would we call it? Like a social media manager. I don't know, content
Yeah.
manager that helps get it out there to the people.
There's a person on the internet who
That
does
helps.
the magic
Yes.
and makes it work.
That helps exactly. So, well, Cindy, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Yes, thanks for having me.
Of course. I'm super excited. Community Horizons, do you have like a brick and mortar here?
We do not.
You do not.
So we
Okay.
actually work more in the community with
Okay.
the members, so we
Cool.
don't have an actual office.
Okay.
All of our staff work from a home office because
Nice.
most of the time we're out in the
Sure.
community, boots on the ground running.
So tell us, okay, so let's just start from the beginning. How did you get started with this?
So I come from a human services as well as a human resources background.
Okay.
So back in, 2012, I was an Iris consultant.
Okay. What is
So
that?
Oh,
that
cool.
is
Nick's like, cool, great.
exactly.
Do you actually know what that is, Nick?
No.
Okay.
All right.
I love that. I love that.
And that
The
is such
honesty.
a common. So a lot of people say, what is Community Horizons? What is, what do you do?
Right.
Because not a lot of people understand this world.
Sure.
So in order to understand Community Horizons, I guess you have to understand the word self-direction. Mm-hmm. So in Wisconsin, and actually it's a nationwide program, but in Wisconsin itself, we have a long-term care, I guess if you would call it a long-term care Medicaid-funded program for any individuals with disabilities or frail elder that want to self-direct their own care. So they can take their Medicaid budget and they can hire out their own services, which
Okay.
means if you were in an instance where you needed help, you could take your Medicaid budget from your long-term care program,
Sure.
and you could hire your own caregivers to come into your home and care for you.
Okay.
Okay, so it's more empowering. It's very using your voice and your choice
Sure.
to be able to have a say in who comes into your home versus going through an agency and you kind of get who you get situation.
Okay. So that's kind of more been the norm in the past.
Yes.
Historically speaking, was like if you need care, you call somebody and they arrange everything and here's who you get.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. So an
Gotcha.
IRIS consultant is more like a case manager.
Okay.
So in Wisconsin, we have family care or you have IRIS.
Okay.
IRIS is a fully directed program. IRIS consultant is like the case manager, and you help them direct and authorize services.
Okay.
So back then, there were support brokers, but I've never heard this term before. And that's what Community Horizons is. We're a support broker agency.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't until 4 years later, I was having lunch with an old colleague, and she's like, have you heard of this term support broker? And I said, no, what is that?
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And she's like, oh,
It
my
sounds
God.
fancy.
Well, and I think support broker, I'm thinking like insurance
Right.
or something like
Yeah.
broker.
Real estate broker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but So I guess we're the broker on this side as to we help them navigate every step. We help them go out and find applicants. We help them interview. We help them navigate the hiring process.
Okay.
We're there every step of the way so that way they can be successful in their self-direction journey.
Okay.
And then afterwards, we can help with like payroll, time cards, not necessarily, we don't do payroll, but time cards and scheduling and mentoring and education on how to be an employer. Because the best part about this program is when they hire somebody, they're the legal employer. We're not the employers. So
sure.
we can educate them on how to be employers
Sure.
like that.
That's great.
Yeah.
I had no idea. See? I always learn new things with this podcast. I love that so much.
There is this world that is it's like a hidden gem.
Yeah.
Nobody understands this world.
Right. Okay, so that's where you were. Mm-hmm. And so then what led you to be like, you know what? I'm gonna turn this into my own operation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. So I did after that lunch, I went back and I connected with an awesome gentleman down in Madison. He was actually one of the originals who started Support Broker Services in Wisconsin, and he taught me everything. He told me, this is what you want to do, this is what the experience you need, this is exactly what support brokers are, and then he offered me a job, and I said, no, I think I want to try this.
Sure.
Right? I want to try this on my own.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of human resources that go involved in it.
Sure.
So I had that human resources background. Prior to that, for 5 years or so, I was in human resources. I was a director of human resources. So I had the interviewing, I had the hiring background.
Right.
And it was the empowerment piece that really pulled me in. Right. I'm like, I want to have a say in who comes into my house. I want to know
Yes.
who's coming to care for me. So having
sure.
that empowerment is absolutely amazing. So the first couple years I went out on my own as like my moonlighting business. And then I'm like, man, I just want to try this like full time. I wish I could just do this.
Sure.
So I took the leap and quit my job, and I got a contract, our first big contract, and it's history from there.
I love that. And how long ago was that?
So 2017. So we are actually, we're going on our 8 years on December 3rd.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Happy almost 8 years. That's
Thank you.
so great.
Yeah.
That's wow.
And it's a pre-COVID organization.
Yes,
Yes.
pre-COVID. As we always talk about on the podcast, there's BC and AC. Before COVID and after COVID.
yeah.
Feels like everybody's got that,
'cause
the
that's-
defining moment of, we hear it all the time, like, well, and then COVID hit. And then COVID hit.
Yeah, and,
you
they're
know?
like, and then I completely changed my job.
Yeah.
So you
my
just
life changed,
made
right?
this swap
But
before.
yeah, you did it
Yes.
before that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Very cool. So how do people what does this process look like? Like, I'm still
Yeah.
solve the mystery, uncover the mystery for us.
Absolutely.
because I'm still very, very confused and I want to learn.
Yep. So we have, if any individual is interested in our services, their case manager will actually reach out to us. They're the referral source.
Okay.
So they'll reach out and be like, all right, I really need help. I need to find my own staff. I need to find coverage.
Sure.
And that's the
Question.
Yeah.
How do you get a case manager? Does that happen just from the say I went into the doctor, right? And the doctor's like, "Oh yeah, she needs some long-term care. She needs
Yep.
some things," right? Is that when they would get me set up with that?
So anyone who's not currently set up under Family Care or IRIS, you start with the ADRC. The ADRC will let you know what programs you are eligible for.
Okay.
And then that's where you pick, do I want to go family care side? Do I want to go IRIS side? Everything through these programs are all choice. So
Okay.
IRIS, again, full self-direction. You get an IRIS consultant. They're more like your mentor.
Okay.
Right. On the case manager side, you get your case manager, you get nurse, you get a full team around you, but they still have a self-direction program in family care.
Okay.
So no matter which side you go, you can still do self-direction.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. So that's where it begins, though. That's the
Yep.
beginning of the process. And then the case manager is the one that reaches out to you.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So individuals are able to reach out to us. They can reach
Okay.
out via our website or by phone. And then we always we always either refer them back to the case manager or at least ask who that is so we can contact them because they have to authorize our services.
Okay.
And it all comes out of their Medicaid budget. So they have to authorize services for us to get started.
The case manager is the authorization of that in order for Medicaid to kick in.
Yes.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Interesting. It feels, I mean, I'm sure probably it's not. How complex do you feel, like getting started, how complex do you feel like this process is?
It's actually easier than you would think.
Okay.
It sounds very complex, but it's not. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, you have somebody who needs help. They are having a hard time finding staff. We're here to help navigate that process.
Sure.
So it's just the reach out in the beginning.
Sure.
So once they reach out and that referral is sent over, we'll go meet with you in person. We'll come to your home. We'll meet with you. We'll discuss what are you looking for? What are the hours? What are the tasks? Like walk me through your cares. So that way we and everybody on our team also has a background in caregiving, so we can relate. We can understand.
Sure. Sure.
So, and then from there, it's finding the applicants, right? And that's probably the biggest barrier for everybody is the biggest challenge is finding applicants and good qualified applicants because, I mean, we look at staffing anywhere, no matter what industry. That's probably the biggest challenge is finding the people.
Sure.
But that's what our job is.
Okay. Okay. So what would a typical scenario look like? I mean, I know they're all different and obviously I know you can't get into, any specifics, but like what kind of things do you guys find yourselves doing a lot? Like what services are you connecting a lot of?
Yep. So we have 3 different divisions within Community Horizons.
Okay.
So we have the kids, which is CLTS.
Okay.
And them are kids with disabilities.
Okay.
And then we have the adults with disabilities or frail elder. And then we also do housing counseling services.
Okay.
So we have very different kids. CLTS and adults are very similar as to what services we offer.
Sure.
But the housing counseling is a totally different
Yeah, that
ballgame.
sounds like a different. Okay, so what does that entail?
So housing counseling is working with anybody that needs to find stable housing. So a lot of our population is low income, poverty, homelessness, disabilities. We're helping them navigate because it's a very complex. We want to talk about complex. Let's talk about housing, right?
Oh, I know.
It's this housing
That's
market.
something that we know. Yes.
Yes.
And I see it a lot that brings up a good point because I see it a lot on these, moms of the Appleton area group and all these Facebook groups, moms of Oshkosh, moms of everywhere, right? And, but a lot of people, I think now more than ever that I've seen are looking for suitable housing that is somewhat cost efficient. And I see it all the time.
Yes.
So are you somebody that then we can connect them with?
So they would have to go through, again, the long-term care program because we only contract with the long-term care programs.
Okay.
So that's our referral source. That's our payer source. Everything comes from them.
Okay. So somebody says, I am in need of housing. Where do they go?
So depending on the situation, right? Again, our population is more disabled, homeless. They're already enrolled in the programs.
Okay.
So if you have somebody who does not qualify for them programs, then I always recommend reaching out to local resources in the area.
Sure.
Us specifically, it's just this population.
Gotcha. So it's people that are enrolled in this program.
Yep.
Okay. But how do they get enrolled? Is it just something that happens like through a social worker or,
Everything starts at the ADRC. So Aging Disability Resource Center.
Okay.
And if they're not sure if they would qualify for a program, anyone in the programs, they have some sort of disability, except for your frail elders, but they have some sort of disability that's qualifying them for the programs for this Medicaid budget.
Okay. The ADRC.
Yep.
What is it again?
Aging.
Disability Resource Center.
Yep.
Good job, Nick.
He's paying attention.
Aging Disability Resource Center.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that, forgive me because I'm totally learning here today.
Yeah.
And hopefully our listeners are learning things too. Is that local Is it like a local office? Like I can walk in there and
Yep.
I need help?
Every county has their own local
Okay.
ADRC.
Well, you know what? Welcome to Earth, Kelly.
Yeah, I remember our grandma had some stuff from them.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, when she was.
I mean, I
getting her
knew
home
she had
healthcare.
help, but I didn't know where it all
Yeah.
came from. Okay, so this is good. Okay, so this is a local. Every community has this.
Yep.
You can go there and apply, and then if you are okay,
Yep.
great. I am with you. We are rolling. Okay. I just always want to know, like, I want people to know how they can get started with something,
Yeah.
right? Because it can be confusing, I think, sometimes navigating the process.
Very confusing.
And there's
Yeah.
a lot of resources out there, which are great. But if you don't know how to use them,
Right.
it's kind of like, oh, goody.
And you notice a lot of the resources are kind of hidden,
Yes.
right? You don't know about them until somebody
Right.
actually tells you, oh, there's this resource out there for you.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, so people, going back to the housing.
Yep.
So people are in this program. So once they're in the program, then they're referred over to you.
Yep.
And then you're helping them.
Yep. So we do a lot of the footwork.
Okay.
We'll meet with them. We'll learn what are you looking for? What is your budget? Sometimes we have to kind of mentor what that budget looks like because landlords are looking for 2.5 times to 3 times the rent, right? And then we gather applications. Most of the members that we work with are looking for income based. And that's the challenge because there's not a lot out there and they're long wait lists. So if you have somebody who's homeless and they're looking for income based, they can be on a wait list for months to years, depending on qualifications. So we're here to help advocate for people, help show that these are real people, not just something on paper. Because you do an application, they have 30 applications. They're looking through, and it kind of takes out that human side of it.
Correct.
So we're here to advocate. Yes, everybody has a past. But everybody still deserves a home. Everyone still deserves a roof over their head.
Right.
And a lot of people, if they've made mistakes, they've learned from them.
Sure.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah. So we're here to put a voice to that.
Okay. So do you feel like I mean, obviously, just like in anything, you don't win every time, but you
Yep.
feel like it's effective, it works?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. Okay, so that's a part of it. And then obviously, like going back to the more of like the healthcare side, right? You have services you said for kids
Yep.
and adults.
Yep.
So what kinds of things are you typically like connecting people with there?
Yep. So every member that we work with have their own individual job posts. We get to put
Okay.
together a job post like about me, about
Okay.
what makes you unique, what makes
Sure.
you special,
Okay.
and then throw it out there to the world so that way local applicants can be like, yes, this looks great.
Sure.
The majority of them are anywhere between a couple hours a week
Okay.
to sometimes full time.
Oh wow.
And then when they apply, they'll reach out to us and say, we're interested. So Community Horizons, one of our support brokers, will reach out and do a phone screen with them.
Okay.
We talk about the position. We get to know them as an applicant and put together a really good summary. Like, why are you interested? What is your experience? Put together a summary to go back to our members and share their resume and summary with so they can make an informed decision on whether or not they want to move forward with an interview.
Okay.
So we can be there during the interview. We can help navigate and guide them along.
Sure.
But they're there to make all the choices about it.
Okay.
So we're helping them find leads, and they're making the choices.
Okay. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, because let's be honest, that's got to be very difficult part of it. And I feel like there's a lot of people that just, for one reason or another, a lot of them are very valid reasons, but just wouldn't take the initiative. They've got other things to worry about. They're
Yes.
doing other things,
Yes.
and that's not going to be at the top of their list. And so then they don't get the help that they need.
Yes, and a lot of it is very overwhelming. Where do I find people? Then you're using social media. It's not the safest avenue to use. There's a lot of
Oh my gosh, the amount of
Sketchy?
scams
Yes.
and exactly things that happen on
Yeah.
social media. Ugh.
So we're here to help take that overwhelming feeling away and just help find the leads and navigate it.
That's so great.
We do the footwork. That's
I
the
love
best
that.
way to say it.
I love that. And so are you primarily focused right here in the 920, or are you other spots as well?
Yeah, so when we first started, I started in 5 counties.
Okay.
And Outagamie being one of them. We are up to 47 counties
Oh my
in Wisconsin
goodness.
for support broker, and we have 5 counties for housing counseling.
Wow. That's great.
You've only got 25 counties to go.
Oh
I
my
know, right?
gosh, Nick, how
I
do
can't
you
even think
know
about it.
that?
There's 72.
Wow. See,
Well,
that's just...
I didn't know that either.
I can count on him for all my little nerdy facts.
I can name them all
I
too.
love that. Oh my gosh. That'll be another episode. So obviously this has grown quite a
Yeah.
bit from 2017 to today. I mean, what you
Yes.
just said, that's amazing. What are your like future hopes and plans for, where do you see this going?
I definitely see it being statewide. We're only in 3 counties for CLTS for the kids, and we just opened that up this year. So we really see ourselves growing that aspect of it as well. But I think the biggest challenge has been just nobody understands this world. Nobody
Sure.
understands that we're a thing, that we're here to help. So making awareness about this world,
Yes.
I think for the past 8 years has truly been that hurdle we're trying to overcome, and just
Sure.
educating people that we're
Sure.
out there. So we're hoping to be statewide.
That's awesome. What are some of just so people kind of, in the awareness piece of it, I think there's a lot of times that people don't even know necessarily what they might qualify for, right?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, we were talking about our grandma. I don't need anything. That was always her thing, right? Like, she didn't need any help. She didn't need anything. She's got this. And up until, pretty close to the end there, she did. But again, like, well, I mean, I get it. Like, people have to be, obviously, they have like you said, they're approved for this and all of that. But like, what are some of the tasks that you find the employees then doing that are going out and working for these people?
Yeah. There is anywhere between, for kids, there's childcare.
Sure.
There is respite services just to give mom and dad a break to go and,
Sure.
Do their thing.
Right.
And then you see personal cares, all the way up to very medically needy trach, catheters, ostomies, ventilators, to house cleaning.
Okay.
Just helping with maintaining the house or the apartment,
Sure.
going grocery shopping, and then companionship. Somebody that just
Yeah.
needs somebody,
Right.
some interaction.
For sure.
So everybody is so unique in their own way, and
There's
everyone,
a huge array of
Huge.
services.
yeah. So even if you're not a caregiver, like, I'm really not into caregiving,
Mm-hmm.
there's still opportunities to just for companionship, or
Sure.
just for childcare, or just for grocery shopping, or just for house cleaning.
Right. Oh, I love that. I think that's so great. It definitely helps a lot of people on the caregiving side of things, or the health care side of things, to be able to stay in their homes longer and,
Yes.
right?
The quality of life is so much better at
Mm-hmm.
home. You're comfortable.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Grandma got to do it right to the end, and that was always her big thing. So, so it can be tough. It can be hard on the family too. 'Cause
Absolutely.
we all want to help as much as possible, but we're all also doing
Absolutely.
life.
Yep.
And so that gets to be a lot. Yes. So very great to have the services that you have. I love that. Anything else that you want to share with us about your organization?
Well, we have such an amazing team. Everybody loves what they do.
It
We've
sounds like it.
built a team that is truly passionate about it. And funny thing is, they didn't know anything about this world either when they started.
Sure.
So it's just getting the word out there.
I love that. Learning as you go,
Yes.
getting the word out there. Very, very cool. Is there anything that you feel like you've, hardships that you've experienced along the way that have taught you, like, oh boy, we had this bump in the road, and from that we've learned this?
Yeah, I think there's always going to be bumps in the road, and just taking it as a learning curve as to
Sure.
okay, how can we do better next time, or help us understand this, especially on the housing side. There is a lot of regulations. There's a lot of laws. So asking clarifying questions and just like, all right, I may not be as knowledgeable. Help me understand this,
Right.
so that way I can know moving forward and do
Sure.
better moving forward.
Sure.
But I wouldn't say any major
Yeah.
bumps. Just little learning curves.
Yeah. But I think that's so important what you said. There's always going to be bumps.
Yeah.
There's not going to become a day where, sure, some things are going to get smoothed out,
Yeah.
right? But then there's going to be something else.
Well, if it was easy, they wouldn't need us, right?
Exactly. Right. Well, and
That's the
with
truth.
any profession, right? If everybody wanted to do it, everybody would just do it on their own, right?
Absolutely.
Yes. So that's awesome. So Community Horizons. So people, you said though, people can reach out to you directly. And where is the best? How is the best way? What is the best way for them to do that?
Yep. So I would recommend going through our website, communityhorizonsllc.com.
Okay.
You can look to see what our services are. There's a contact on the bottom of the page. There's a phone number on there as well.
Okay, so communityhorizonsllc.com.
.com. Yep.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much. This has been really
Yes.
great. I mean, honestly, I learned a lot.
I learned a lot too.
I have no idea, and I should. And I'm dedicating this hour
the point.
of my week to learning things that are happening here in the 920 so that I can also be, a better resource. Because like I said, we have times too where we get people, we go into people's houses
Yeah.
all the time. And there are definitely times where we come back and we're like, oh, we really kind of see a need there. There could be some help needed kind of thing. And we're like, what do we do?
Yeah.
So this is great for us to know too. It all, I believe, is all very in the community, very cyclical, right?
Very much
Things
so.
come around and it's like you never know when it's like all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, I can connect you with you, for
Yes.
this and having those resources. So I
Yeah.
think that's great. That's awesome.
It's the great big jigsaw puzzle of life.
It really is.
is.
Yeah.
It really is. And you know what? If we can just put together the pieces here in the 920, hey, at least we've done that, right?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Pieces on Earth.
Oh, Lord, there he goes. He's always got his dad jokes. Oh, my gosh.
Gotta keep
I
it
love
light sometimes.
I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Well, thank you so much, Cindy.
Thank
Now,
you.
before we got started, I was telling you about my new quest. And I have a feeling it's going to be a pretty long going quest. Number one, I'm sure that if Charlie Barons was listening, which I'm sure he is. Hi, Charlie. He would be like, yeah, keep reading out of my book every week and promoting my book, right? He's not going to be like, yeah, let me quick run over and get on your podcast so you shut up about my book.
real
No,
quick
he's
ones.
going to want me to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll get him on in a couple of years. I don't know. But eventually, hopefully, he'll stop by and visit us. In the meantime, I'm just going to read excerpts from his book.
Okay.
Okay?
What have we learned?
So, today, and I just feel like so much of this, and he really focuses on the entire Midwest, not just the 920. But I think these are great. Like everything that I read in here, I'm like, oh, yep, that's pretty much true. Right? We Midwesterners, we do things the same, a lot of us. So today we're talking about the family lake house.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
Sure.
The good old family lake house. So this is what Charlie has to say. Growing up in the Midwest, there's a good chance you, your family, your extended family, or a close friend, or some guy you bumped into at the gas station will end up with a lake house somewhere. These houses come in all shapes, sizes, and prices. A good rule of thumb is that this house should cost less than your main house, most ideally. You're just borrowing it from someone, okay? You are either going up to the lake house or down to the lake house. You're never going left, right, over, or any other direction. This is a rule of lake house physics. Fighting with your adult siblings about who uses the house when, whether or not to sell it, whose kid brought the pot, it's all part of the fun. Anyway, once you get up or down to the house, which is so true, right? I'm going up to the cottage. Always, right?
We're heading up there, yeah.
Yep, we're heading up. Anyway, once you get up or down to the house and settle in and scrape all that nasty green stuff off of the landing deck, kayaks, fire pit, and sandbox, you're good to go for a week of stepping on toads. Lake House must-haves. The original Monopoly and Clue board games, untouched since 1974.
Yeah.
It must be the originals. Framed pictures of ducks. This is true. I swear this is
I'm running
true.
through a couple of them. Yep.
They're going through my head right now. A hanging bed or hammock. Several decks of cards that clearly reveal themselves as euchre decks.
Yeah. Bonus if
20
they're
cards still sparkling white, showing how truly gross we all are.
bonus if it's the Fleet Farm deck you get when you get your hunting license.
I love it. A toilet paper holder shaped like a moose.
Oh.
A floating pong table. That's always a good one for the lake, right? Okay. Floating coolers. Absolute must. I think I got those for Mom. Shout out to Mom.
The
My
bobber.
Mom. I think yeah. Bill and I, my husband and I, got Mom that for Christmas one year. It's like a floating bobber cooler type situation. It looks like a bobber, and all your drinks go inside.
Oh, yeah.
A floating dock with a hammock, floating pillows, a floating refrigerator. This is great. A floating bookcase, a floating fireplace. You get the picture. And every room, you will also need signage and or pillows that say things like, "Go jump in the lake and relax. You're at the lake. Sip happens. Sip happens." Or life is better at the lake. Or it's a lake thing. Speaking of, and then this part is great. So then Charlie shows this little picture of this little letter, and it says, what not to do when you visit someone else's lake house. So he says, my friend Mike went to my aunt and uncle's lake house. I'm omitting actual names in case my Aunt Debbie actually reads this book. Anyway, my aunt had a guest book in their beautiful cabin, and Mike wanted to leave the perfect message. Here's what he wrote. And then he literally shows a picture of it, the handwritten message. But it says, life is better at the lake. You never know how many friends you have until you have a lake house. If you haven't grown up by age 50, you don't have to. In dog beers, I've only had one. And then this message continued on for 2 more pages. He says, you see, Mike had taken the guest book and walked around the house, writing down the text from every decorative sign hanging in the cabin. And that was the last time Mike saw the inside of that cabin. Isn't that great? There is always, think about it. There's always, I'm sure Mom has a few of those up at the cabin, right?
Yeah. They're not specifically on a lake, but close enough.
Right, they're close. Yeah, that's what she's going to reach out to us about this week, Nick. Is
You guys, we're a mile away from the lake.
We are not actually on the lake. Don't tell everybody we have a lake house. We don't have a lake house. We have a cabin by the lake.
Yeah. Just a couple acres of land, that's all.
So obviously we're related, we're siblings, and we work together. But we try to, shout out to Mom every week. And some weeks many weeks, we reference something like from our childhood or, growing up, this one house that we had, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then she'll inevitably, at least she's our fan, she watches the podcast through and through, but she'll text us and be like, you guys, little bit of inaccuracy there with your information this week. And I'm like, okay, you know what? We tried our best.
I was thinking we needed to start adding an errors and omissions section onto the end of the podcast.
We should have like a clause in there. Mom's going to sue us.
Here are the things Mother has corrected in the past 7 days.
Oh my gosh, I love it. So anyways, that's a little bit about lake houses. How do you guys feel? Did you feel like that was a pretty accurate
I felt like that was really
depiction?
good.
Yeah, I do too. I think I like how he says floating, refrigerator, floating fireplace. Because there is. It's like there's a floating thing for everything, right? When you go to the lake, you have a floating this, a floating that. And then definitely, inside there's the duck pictures. Always. I've always seen a picture of a duck.
Yeah, or a
several.
loon, some sort of a waterfowl.
Yep.
Yeah, some sort of waterfowl. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. Very important. And again, the signs. The signage is very important.
Yeah.
Life is better at the lake. All those
Always.
things.
There's going to be like a plaid something, like a blanket.
Yes.
Pouch.
Something with a buffalo check to it.
Yep.
As I like to call it. Yep. Very, very true. Very accurate. Well, I think that was fantastic. Thank you, Charlie, for informing us some more about the good old Midwest, right?
Thanks, Charlie.
Yeah. All right. Well, should we talk about some weekend events? What's happening this weekend?
Yeah, in the 920.
I think we should.
Let's see what's happening this weekend in the 920.
Wow.
You want to start?
Yeah, I
All
will
right.
gladly
You take
start
the
us
first
off.
one.
Okay, so starting November 14th, we have the Timber Rattlers Holiday Lights, a walkthrough event. Experience the magic as 1 million lights illuminate the ballpark and music shows synced every 20 minutes. Visitors will enjoy holiday treats like s'mores, special holiday food creations, and winter cocktails. There will also be photo opportunities with Santa's sleigh and a 30-foot tall Christmas tree.
Whoa.
Children will have the opportunity to write letters to Santa, go on a stadium-wide scavenger hunt, and ride on our holiday train. Event hours range from 6 to 9 p.m. on weeknights, 5 to 9 p.m. on weekends. The holiday show is open every night from November 14th through January 3rd, except for November 17th, 24th, December 1st and 8th, and December 24th.
And we'll have that in our weekly newsletter as well.
Yeah.
How much does it cost to get in, Nick?
$12 in November, $13 in December and January. Children 2 and under are admitted for free.
Very nice. This seems like such a cool event. And
Yeah.
if you remember, a while back, we had Seth Merrill from the T-Rats
Yeah.
on our podcast, and he was telling us that this event was going to be coming up. Again, full
Yeah.
circle. Everything comes around. And he
And-
actually just the other day emailed me and invited me to the preview night with my family. We're not going to the preview night because Tori has dance class.
Oh, the
And
queen.
The queen has dance class, and the queen would be ticked
Yeah.
if we did this without her.
Oh, goodness.
So we're going to wait and go together as a family, but we are definitely going to do this. I think it'll be really cool. The last couple times I've driven past the Timber Rattler Stadium, they're getting, I see the decor going out, and it looks like it's going to be really cool.
I think I saw this yesterday on their social media. They had a preview with like all the lights on, and it looks amazing. So
Yeah, I think it's
definitely
going to
gonna
be
worth
really,
to
really
see.
neat. And the holiday train, ride on the holiday train.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that's.
Yeah, I
about,
really
so we'll
don't
have to
know, but I
figure
think
that
it's
out.
going to be really cool. So, very fun, very festive activity to do for the holidays and very close to home, very local. All right, next up. Are you ready for this? I don't know if I'm ready for this.
Oh yeah,
I don't. Do you know what I'm looking at?
I see the one that you're looking at.
I'm looking at how am I pronouncing this word?
Oh, are you looking at the word tardigrade?
Thank you.
Okay.
That's actually pretty much what I was going to say.
Yeah, tardigrade, the little microscopic organism that lives in water, sometimes called water bears.
Okay.
I did not.
See, he was the smart one. I had to study. Book swap with tardigrades, you said?
Tardigrade's bookshelf.
Okay. Book swap with tardigrade's bookshelf and pages and plots. Now, tardigrade's bookshelf, I've heard, just opened very recently, and it sounds like a really cool spot. I
Oh?
think they have like there's kind of like a
Googling it.
bar area to it as well as like a look it up real quick because now I want to know more before I say the wrong thing.
Oh, okay, so this is the address of that place on Richmond Street.
Yep, it's okay, so this particular book swap is happening on Saturday from 2 to 5 at the Velvet Fox, which is 501 North Richmond. So the book swap is with Tardigrade's bookshelf and pages and plots, but it's at the Velvet Fox, 501 North Richmond Street in Appleton this Saturday from 2 to 5. It says, come for the grown-up book fair vibes, stay for the snacks, crafts, drinks, and cozy conversations. The Velvet Fox is partnering with Tardigrade's bookshelf and pages and plots to bring the ultimate afternoon for book lovers. Did you look up Tardigrades, though?
Yeah, so they
That's
just opened a month ago.
Okay, that's what I thought, right?
Yep.
And they're located somewhere right here in the 920.
501 North Richmond.
Oh, they're okay.
Yeah,
They're there too.
yeah.
Okay. Got it. So The Velvet Fox. What is the Velvet Fox then? It says they're partnering with.
Now we're going to have to find out what the Velvet Fox is.
I really need to know. The people want to know, Nick. So while you're looking that up, event details, DIY bookmark making station, books, and more books, cash bar, themed beverages, snacks and sweets bar. Sounds like my favorite. And cozy conversation pits. Admission. Tickets in advance online for $5. Get in our newsletter, our weekly newsletter that we send out. We'll have the link. Or $7 at the door. And do you have an answer for me?
So I believe they're referring to Velvet Fox Weddings and Events, LLC, which is also located at 501 North
Oh, so
Richmond
it's
Street.
all in the same building.
It's all just a whole
and
bam
You
bam.
know what? Now we're going to need to get Tardigrades and the Velvet Fox on here because they're both new to me anyways.
Yeah.
And I feel like I try to stay in the know.
Yeah.
But
Maybe they can carpool here.
Tardigrades, I believe, does. It has like a bar feel, but then there's also books.
I believe there was a cocktail menu on their website.
Yeah,
Yes.
so it seems really cool. Very, again, like a grown-up bookstore kind of vibe, which I think is kind of neat.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's happening this Saturday from 2 to 5.
Neat. I suppose I'm up next.
You are.
So our next thing, I thought this was pretty neat. I don't think I'm going to be able to go to it. I have a prior obligation.
What?
This weekend, Saturday, 7 to 9 p.m. at the PAC in Appleton. Sal Vulcano, the Everything's Fine tour.
Okay.
The guy from Impractical Jokers.
Yes.
Very best known
funny.
for co-creating, executive producing, and starring in one of the most recognized and long-standing comedy shows of all time, Impractical Jokers. Comedian Sal Vulcano recently announced the Everything's Fine tour. It's in all caps. His newest national stand-up tour after selling out in over 60 markets during his previous tour.
Wow.
Including notable landmark venues such as the Beacon Theater and the Ryman Auditorium. And his last tour, he was also at the PAC.
Okay.
So, yeah, very kind of him
That'll
to
be fun.
grace the Fox Cities
And
with his
funny.
presence.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. That's right up my alley. I love that
He's
stuff.
a funny dude.
Love that. Very cool. So that's this Saturday night. And I'm sure everybody can get tickets, if they're still available, from the PAC website.
From the PAC, yep.
Yep. Okay, cool. Next up, Christmas candy class this
Ooh.
Saturday from 4 to 6. So you could go and do the Christmas candy class, and then you could go see Sal Vulcano right after that. So Saturday 4 to 6, this is Howard Commons Activity Complex, 550 Commons Place in Howard. So at this Christmas candy class, what is going to happen? Well, there's going to be Christmas candy master class with a pro, it says. There's only 15 spots available.
Huh.
That sounds kind of like something that I should do.
Candy making?
Well, it feels like something that I should learn how to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not very talented with any of that stuff. So it says intimate candy making class. This is, again, this Saturday, 4 to 6, Howard Commons. Add new Christmas candy recipes to your book with a real candy expert. See, I think maybe I would be like, they would be like, ma'am, you should be in the beginner class.
How do I apply to become a candy expert?
Right. Like, I'm not at that level. Here, it even says, you're going to learn secrets behind festive holiday treats in this exclusive small group class. You'll learn how to make and taste classic bourbon balls and more Christmas classics. Guided step by step by a professional candy maker, take home recipes and sample candies, cozy festive atmosphere with holiday music and cheer. Very limited spots. Get tickets now, $40 a person. Yeah, this sounds wonderful, but this is, I feel, above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Like someone needs to teach me how to make a basic Christmas cookie before we get into bourbon balls. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this is wonderful for those that, are a little bit more talented.
Yeah, we'll put information about that. On the website.
We'll have it all. We'll have all the information on how to sign up. Tickets are $40 a person. We will have that on our weekly newsletter.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, and a correction, yes, to last week's episode, we did find out that the forest bathing only went until 2 p.m.
That was a big deal last week. So on last week's episode, One of the weekend
You
events
missed out.
was forest bathing. Still never really found out exactly
Don't know what it is.
what that entailed. It was at, where was it at again? Was it at Boobolt's?
Boobolt's? Yeah.
Boobolt's Nature Center. Forest bathing. And Kylie, our team manager, who again always coordinates everything so wonderfully for us.
It does an amazing job.
She does an amazing job, but she had put down that the forest bathing, which is funny enough in and of itself, because
Yeah.
we were like, what is that? Was from 11 a.m. right till
2 a.m.
a.m. is what it said. And Nick's like, you may want to consider going on the earlier end of that time frame because we're not sure that it really goes until 2 a.m.
Yeah.
So turns out
it only went from 11 to 2.
11 to 2
p.m.
We apologize if anybody went there to bathe in the forest at midnight because they were shut down.
Under the light of the stars.
But anyways, I still, one of these days, we're going to get to the bottom of this and find out more what the forest bathing entails.
We should have sent
It's going to bug me until I know.
a local correspondent.
We should have. We should have had somebody out on the scene.
Yeah.
We could put them on our TV and be like, and reporting live from the forest bathing today is Kylie. We make Kylie do all these things for us. Anyways, we'll figure it out. We'll report back eventually on what forest bathing really is. All right. Well, this has been great. Cindy, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for all the things that you taught us about Community Horizons and what your services are, because I had no clue. And I think we probably enlightened several people. So this is great. Yes. And thanks for covering the weekend events with me, Nick. And we hope everybody has a great weekend. And we'll see you next week.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. To contact the Kelly Davies Homes team for all of your buying and selling needs, call 920-791-9047. Find us on Facebook at the Kelly Davies Homes team or go to kellydavieshomes.com.